Are people leaving Canada in 2024? Is it really worth living here? Are you planning to come to Canada in 2024? Then please watch this video before making that call. Welcome to our channel, guys. Should you move to Canada in 2024? As a Canadian resident for the past 5 years, I'm going to share with you my experience to decide whether you should move to Canada or not. The first point we're going to discuss is the high tax rate. I stay in Ontario. I pay a GST of 13% for all goods and services. That means even if I buy a pencil for $1, I am paying 13% on top of it. So the tax you pay is proportional to your income, which means when your income increases, eventually you end up in a higher tax slab and you pay a higher tax rate. For example, a person making a 200K annually will be paying a higher tax rate than a person making 100K annually. So this income tax, the GST, all these taxes are a big burden on us. The second point is the healthcare system. A major portion of the taxes that we pay goes into this healthcare system. But the sad truth is, we have one of the worst systems here. Yeah, it's free. Everyone say health is free here. Once you have a health card, you get free healthcare. But you don't know how worst it is until you come here and experience it. I had a friend who met with an accident a year ago. His head was bleeding heavily and he went to an emergency care in one of the hospital. And someone checked him initially after 15 minutes and just made sure that he's not going to die, he's going to survive. And he was asked to wait. And you won't believe, he had to wait 8 hours to get a treatment. That horrible is the health system over here. So guys, even if someone says it's free health in Canada, yeah, it's free, but you won't get the right treatment at the right time. The third point we're going to discuss is limited career opportunities in Canada. Every immigrant who comes to the country, their aim is better living, better income, better living conditions. But the sad truth is there are very limited opportunities these days. Especially, I personally know many people who are facing layoffs for the past months and they are really struggling hard to live. Because even if your income is down, your expense still remains the same. So another harsh truth is, even if you're an engineer or a doctor back home, once you come over here, that doesn't make you an engineer or a doctor. Even for entry-level jobs, they will ask you for Canadian experience and proper certifications. So what we basically see over here is many highly skilled people from all over the world come over here. They're not able to find their dream jobs, eventually end up in doing some odd jobs with which they can't even manage their basic expenses. They're struggling a lot and eventually they're forced to move out of the country. The next point we're going to discuss is the education system in Canada. There are thousands and thousands of courses offered by the Canadian universities and colleges. But are these courses worth of quality? I really doubt. I came as a student over here. I did a master's in one of the good universities over here. But if you ask me if my master's ever helped me to get a decent job, I would say no. Over here, the experience matters more than education. Back in 2018, when I came to Canada, the Canadian education was way cheaper compared to countries like UK, Australia. But as you have heard, the GIC amount has doubled to $20,000 recently, which makes it really hard for the international students. On top of that, you have to pay very high fees too. So if you're a person who really matters the quality of education, Canada may not be the right option for you. The next point is the increase in crime rates. Canada is no more a safe country to live in. The crime rates are going high every day. There are a lot of robberies, car thefts, shootings and stabbings going on everywhere. And I don't think the police system is that efficient. So if you're someone who is really concerned about your safety, you should definitely rethink of moving to Canada. The next point is the housing crisis in Canada. With the ever increasing population, there are not as many houses to occupy these people. Due to this, there is a huge demand for houses as well as rentals. For example, A one-bedroom apartment in Toronto region will cost you around $600,000 to buy, whereas a basement will cost you around $1,500 to $2,000 a month as rent, which is way high for a normal person to afford. So this has become one of the biggest expense for every Canadian, the house rental. And also people who bought their houses, they are not even able to pay their mortgage, because every time when the Bank of Canada increase their interest rate, your mortgage rate also increases. People are finding it real hard to pay their monthly rents and mortgages, which is one of the biggest reason for people to move out of the country. The final point is the weather. As you may know, from December till April, we have winter season over here, almost like 5 months. Some people even call it like a season of depression. Reason being, we don't have much daylight during that time, lesser days and longer nights, and it will be extremely cold. Especially people living in basements, they will find it real hard because you don't see proper sunlight, and it will be much colder in basements. Especially people working from home or parents staying at home, they might go into some kind of depression. I know it's very exciting and beautiful to see snow in videos and pictures, but in real life, it's not that exciting. From the moment you wake up, you have to go through many different procedures to get you set up for the snow. For example, if you're leaving for work, you need to warm up yourself wearing thermals, hoodies, and jackets, and you need to clear a driveway, you need to clear the snow from your car, and while driving there are high chance of accidents, and if you walk there is a high chance of slipping. Believe me, winter is not that exciting as you think. If all of these factors concern you, you should really rethink of moving to Canada in 2024. Hope you all like this video. If you have any questions, please do comment down below, and please make sure to subscribe this channel. We'll see you with the next video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.